All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Always exciting to be here.
Today, we're shifting gears, getting our hands dirty, metaphorically speaking, of course, with a deep dive into the world of diesel engine mechanics. Now, I know what you're thinking. Diesel engines, big rigs, grease, the open road. And yeah, that's part of it. But the RoleCatcher reports we dug in to paint a much more intricate, high-tech picture.
Absolutely. It's not just your grandpa's garage anymore.
So to kick things off, let's break down the role itself. What does a diesel engine mechanic actually do these days?
Well, the days of just wrenches and a Haynes manual are long gone, though those are still essential tools of the trade.
So what's changed? What's new in the diesel engine mechanic world?
It's all about diagnostics now, high-tech stuff.
Diagnostics. Like what, you plugging your laptop into a semi-truck?
Basically, yeah. Think computer programs like Caterpillar Electronic Technician, ET for short, analyzing data from engine analyzers. These mechanics are basically engine detectives, pinpointing issues with incredible precision.
Wow, I had no idea it was that advanced.
It's a whole different ballgame now.
So it's not just knowing your way around an engine block anymore.
Nope. You need that solid mechanical foundation, absolutely.
Right, the basics.
But you also got to be a tech whiz, comfortable with computer systems, software, the whole 9 yards.
That's fascinating. So what you're saying is this career path really blends those hands-on skills with, like, serious brain power.
Exactly. And that's why RoleCatcher emphasizes troubleshooting and critical thinking almost as much as they do actual mechanical knowledge.
Which makes sense. You can't just Google a fix for every engine problem, right?
Exactly. You got a thing on your feet, analyze data, basically problem solve like a pro, all while elbows deep in an engine compartment.
It's like being a diesel doctor, using your knowledge and these high-tech tools to keep these massive machines running.
Spot on. And that's what makes this career so interesting. It's a constant learning curve.
So speaking of learning, what kind of background or training do you actually need to get into this line of work?
Well, a strong foundation in mechanics is key, obviously. You have to understand how these engines work, the different parts, how it all comes together.
Right, the fundamentals.
Exactly. But beyond that, the report emphasizes continuous learning, staying up to date with the latest tech.
Makes sense. Technology doesn't exactly stand still these days.
Nope, not at all. They specifically mentioned workshops, certifications, really immersing yourself in the evolving world of diesel engines.
It's not a learn it once and you're good to go kind of career.
Not anymore, especially in this field. You're constantly learning, adapting, becoming more specialized.
Which I imagine can be both exciting and a little intimidating.
Oh, absolutely. But that's where the real reward lies, in mastering a craft that's always evolving.
It's like you're not just learning a job, you're learning a constantly evolving skill set, which is pretty cool when you think about it. Okay, so we've established that being a diesel engine mechanic is about more than just grease and gears. It's high-tech problem-solving at its finest. Now let's get to the good stuff, the nitty-gritty, what's in it for you, right?
Right, because at the end of the day, you want to know if this career path is worth it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's talk rewards, shall we? What are the perks of being a diesel engine mechanic?
Well, job security is a big one. The Bureau of Labor Statistics, they're projecting 5% growth in this field from 2021 to 2031.
5%. It's kind of good news in this economy.
It's faster than average, for sure.
That's reassuring to hear, knowing there's demand out there.
Definitely. And with high demand often comes, higher earning potential.
Music to my ears. So what are we talking about, salary-wise?
Well, as of May 2021, the median salary was around $50,200.
Not bad at all.
But keep in mind, that's just the median. With experience, specialization, you can earn significantly more, especially as you move up the ranks.
That makes sense. The more you know, the more valuable you are.
Exactly. And beyond the paycheck, there's a lot of personal satisfaction that comes with this job.
Oh, yeah. Like, what do diesel mechanics actually enjoy about the work itself?
Well, for starters, it's challenging. Every day is different. You're constantly problem solving, using your skills to bring these machines back to life.
Like being a diesel detective, right? We talked about that earlier.
Yeah, you're diagnosing problems, figuring out solutions, and there's a real sense of accomplishment when you get that engine roaring back to life.
I bet. And I imagine there's a lot of variety, too, depending on what kind of engines you're working on.
Absolutely. You could be specializing in heavy trucks one day, construction equipment the next, maybe even marine engines if that's your thing.
Wow. So many options.
Yeah.
Sounds like a career path that can really keep you on your toes.
For sure. But of course, no job is without its challenges, and this one's no exception.
Right. Let's not sugarcoat it. What about the downsides? What are some of those challenges that diesel engine mechanics face?
Well, it's physically demanding work, no doubt about it.
Yeah, that's a given, right?
You're on your feet a lot, often working in awkward positions, lifting heavy things. It's not for the faint of heart.
So you got to be physically fit, have some stamina.
Absolutely. And then there's always the risk of injury if you're not careful. Following safety procedures is paramount in this line of work.
Safety first. Always good advice.
Absolutely.
Oh.
And then, of course, there's that constant need to stay updated, keep learning about new technologies.
Right, we talked about that earlier. It's not a rest on your laurels kind of field.
Exactly. You've got to be a lifelong learner, always seeking out new information, expanding your skill set.
Which, again, can be a pro or a con depending on your personality, right?
Totally. Some people thrive on that constant evolution, others find it daunting. It really depends on your learning style, your comfort level with technology.
That's a good point. So we've got the good, the challenging, but what about standing out? Let's say someone is listening to this. They're hooked. They're ready to dive headfirst into this world of diesel engines.
Yeah.
What's their next move? How do they even begin to navigate this job market?
Well, luckily for them, this is where these RoleCatcher reports really shine. They've got some great advice for job seekers. Yeah, they go beyond that generic advice you usually see, offer some really actionable tips.
Okay, so spill the beans. What's their secret sauce? What does RoleCatcher suggest?
Well, they emphasize tailoring your application, which, okay, yeah, everyone says that, right?
Yeah, like tailor your resume, tailor your cover letter, but like, what does that actually mean?
It's about digging deeper,
Yeah.
really understanding what the employer is looking for.
Okay, so like more than just swapping out the company name at the top.
Way more.
Oh.
You got to find those keywords in the job description, the specific skills, the experience level.
I see, so you're basically speaking their language, showing them you get it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you need to weave those keywords into your resume, your cover letter, make it crystal clear you're the perfect fit.
Especially since so many companies use those applicant tracking systems now, right?
Oh, yeah. Those ATS systems are everywhere.
Which, reminder for anyone who hasn't encountered them yet, it's like a robot is scanning your resume before a human even sees it.
Exactly. So if your resume doesn't have the right keywords, it's like talking to a brick wall you won't get through.
So how do you beat the bots? Besides, becoming a coding whiz overnight.
Well, RoleCatcher, they have this really cool feature. It's a CV analysis and scoring tool.
Oh, interesting. Tell me more about that.
You upload your resume, select the job description you're interested in, and boom, it tells you how well they match.
That's amazing. So you can see exactly where your resume might be falling short, keyword-wise.
Yep, and it gives you tips on how to improve it, how to make it more algorithm-friendly.
It's like having a secret weapon in the job search arsenal.
Right, and it takes out some of the guesswork, which is always a good thing.
For sure. Now, what about once you get past the robots, the interview stage? Any tips from the pros at RoleCatcher on that?
Oh yeah, they have a whole section on interview prep, thousands of practice questions, all tailored to different industries, roles.
Okay, that's helpful. But I feel like a lot of websites have practice questions. What makes RoleCatcher different?
They have AI-powered feedback on your responses. It's pretty cool.
AI feedback.
Yeah.
So you can actually practice your answers and get like personalized feedback.
Yep. It's like having a virtual interview coach in your pocket, helping you fine-tune your answers, boost your confidence.
That's amazing because even if you know your stuff, nailing that interview can be nerve-wracking.
Totally. But the more you practice, the more prepared you are, the easier it is to stay calm, collected, and show them what you're made of.
Couldn't agree more. And that, I think, is the perfect note to wrap things up on. If you're intrigued by the world of diesel engines, if you're looking for a career that's hands-on, high-tech, and always evolving, well, this might just be the perfect fit. And remember, those RoleCatcher reports, they're your secret weapon. They can help you stand out from the crowd, land that dream job. So be sure to check out the resources we mentioned. We'll link them all in the show notes below. And as always, thanks for joining us for another deep dive into the world of work. Catch you on the next one.